Did you know that only 17% of the US military is made up of officers, while the remaining 83% are enlisted? It's pretty skewed numbers, right? But what does that even mean? Welcome back to Experiences Will Vary, where, well, experiences will vary. Today we're talking about the differences between officers and enlisted personnel. Having been enlisted, a cadet, an officer, I think that it's important that if you're considering a military career, that you understand the differences between these two paths to better make a decision if you're going into service, and if not going into service, then just to have a better understanding of your own military. So let's take a look behind the scenes and see what this actually means. There is a lot of confusion about the roles of officers and enlisted personnel. Many people think that they're the same, like a general and a private are on the same wavelength, or that they have the same pay grade, or that a captain somehow runs the military. And some people think that they're so different that they might as well be in different services, like they don't even cohabitate in the same places. The most common misconception is that officers are just the boss and that enlisted personnel are just the followers, and that really couldn't be further from the truth. Officers and enlisted have distinct responsibilities in your military, and they have different training and career paths to prepare them and to sculpt them for those different trajectories. Misunderstanding these roles can affect how we view the military and also how we appreciate the critical role that each side plays. So let's break it down. Officers typically enter the military through a service academy like West Point or Annapolis, and some of them enter through ROTC programs, and in really niche situations, there's this thing called direct commission, where an officer is directly commissioned into the military at a certain rank. Typically, this is doctors, dentists, or highly specialized individuals. Officer training is really focused on leadership and being a generalist in a career field. So like a communications generalist or a medical services generalist, those kind of things. Officers typically make tactical, operational, and strategic decisions. They lead troops and they set the vision for their organizations. And their primary job is commanding and managing military operations to ensure the success of their units. Enlisted personnel, on the other hand, they're the backbone of the military. They start with a different set of training, making them an expert in a technical field or a technical function. Enlisted folks typically handle the day-to-day operations, and their specific technical tasks enable units to complete their missions. A good way to think about officers and enlisted is think of an officer as an architect. They draw a plan for a building to ensure that something happens. They then hand it off to the enlisted personnel, who in this case would be engineers. Engineers do the technical work to make sure that the building will stand, and then they do the construction work to actually make the building a reality. In short, officers set the course, and the enlisted personnel bring the plan to life. Both have a very specific purpose, and it's this synergy between the two that actually makes the military run. What do you think? Do you have any thoughts about officers and enlisted? If so, leave them down in the comments below. If you found this content valuable, smash that like button. If you want to learn more about becoming an Army officer, check out the video linked down in the description below. And remember, experiences will vary.